Sometimes living right in the heart of the city isn't the right option for you. So if that's the case, what are some of the best places to live that are near DC? Let's talk about a few. Arlington is great if you're looking for easy access to DC and all the city has to offer, but you want to put a little more distance between you and the city. Arlington still has a ton of great choices for food, shopping, and events, so you won't be missing out at all if you go with this option. In addition to everything going on in the city, one of my favorite parts of Arlington is the green space and the many parks in the area. You might think that a suburb of DC would be a little less expensive than the city, but that's actually not the case with Arlington. In fact, Arlington is about 7% more expensive than DC, due largely in part to the housing costs. All of the neighborhoods in Arlington have their own distinct personalities and range from urban to feeling surprisingly secluded. It's pretty easy to get around if you don't have a car, thanks to the public transit options as well as the focus on pedestrian-friendly infrastructure. Housing types include a range of apartments, condos, townhouses, and single-family homes. Kensington is a charming northern neighbor to Washington, D.C. The area places a strong emphasis on historical architecture and includes a solid mix of both chain stores and local shops. The town has a lot of great food in spite of having only a half square mile within its borders. Be sure to check out Frankly Pizza. Kensington is only slightly more expensive than D.C., meaning that realistically, you're going to have pretty similar costs of living in both places. In general, Kensington is very pedestrian-friendly, so it can be easy to get around if you don't have a car. There are also plenty of events to keep you busy, to include events like Kensington Day of the Book Festival and the Farmers Market that's held at the train station every Saturday. Homes in Kensington are primarily single-family houses with some condos and townhouses mixed in. Small town charm and easy access to DC, Alexandria has you covered. Alexandria is the place to be if you want history right in your backyard. Sometimes literally. The city is super dog friendly and make sure to show it with all of the dog parks in the area and lots of shops that have doggy treats and water bowls for their four-legged guests. In addition, Alexandria has a ton of awesome food options and plenty of choices for shopping. On top of all of the food and shopping, the city also has a lot of events that are held throughout the year to include a holiday boat parade and 4th of July and New Year's Eve fireworks. The downtown area is quite pedestrian friendly, but it is easier to get around with the car as you move further out in the city. There's a thriving arts scene in the area with lots of local artists and art festivals that you can check out. Alexandria is about 7% less expensive overall than DC, but housing costs in Alexandria are actually a little bit more expensive. Homes in Alexandria consist of a mix of single-family homes and townhouses with some condos mixed in. Silver Spring was named by Fortune as the #1 place for families to live in 2024, so you know it's gotta be a good spot. Originally named after a local spring, the city is one of 3 art and entertainment districts in Montgomery County, and is also considered the art hub of Montgomery County. There are lots of dining and shopping venues that include both local establishments and national names. Silver Spring is also the home of the Fillmore, a live music venue that hosts both small and big-name performers, and the AFI Silver Theater and Cultural Center, which hosts several film festivals throughout the year. Some areas of Silver Spring are very pedestrian-friendly, while others are much better accessed with a car. Silver Spring is a good mix of urban and suburban spaces, with a good mix of single-family homes, condos, and townhouses. Silver Spring also has a cost of living that's about 15% lower than Washington, D.C., which is always a big win. Located to the northwest of DC, Hyattsville is a town that embraces both the historical and the modern. You can see this with the mix of architectural styles as well as several museums throughout the area. One of the big historical sites that's also still open for business is Franklin's. This community mainstay has been around since 1992 and is a combination restaurant, brewery, and toy store. Hyattsville has a good mix of urban and suburban spaces with a lot of small parks dotted throughout the area. Another bonus is that its cost of living is about 17% less expensive than DC. The area is best accessed with the car, although there are some areas that are quite pedestrian friendly. Most of the homes in the area are single-family homes with some townhouses and condos to choose from. Falls Church can be found to the west of Washington, D.C., just past Arlington. Falls Church is known as an urban village and places a heavy emphasis on environmental awareness. The area has a pretty solid suburban feel with dashes of urban flavor sprinkled throughout. This helps make Falls Church a very pedestrian-friendly area. In terms of shopping and dining, there's a good variety of local options as well as national names to be found. The town has plenty of attractions to choose from, as well as a number of events that occur throughout the year to include a year-round farmers market. As with Arlington, Falls Church is slightly more expensive than DC, largely due to higher housing costs. Housing options in Falls Church consist primarily of single-family homes with a good mix of townhomes and condos as well. Looking for a head-to-head comparison of the closest Virginia places to live near DC? Be sure to watch this next video where I talk about whether Arlington or Alexandria might be the right option for you.